Welcome, my students, to another wonderful lesson about, in this case, it's about volume. Get excited. Mr. Sharper here, and it's good to see you. And I need to reformat this. Yes, today, guys, we're doing volume. Volume, a couple good things. One, it's not surface area, doesn't take nearly as long. And second, I think it's a lot easier. I'm going to say I think it is a lot easier. So let's get started. Volume, you guys can see here, is all about how many cubes, how many cubic inches, feet, centimeters, miles, how many cubes are in something. So you guys see this water right here? This volume, how much water is filled up, how many cubes of, I'd probably use cubic inches of water fills this up. The plastic around this would be surface area. The plastic around this would be surface area. But what fills this up, what fills this cup up of water is volume. Can I state this, by the way, that people all have the Hydro Flask and people have these Yetis. The Yetis, super expensive. But you know what? I'm going to give a shout out to Contigo, I think it's called. I'm probably saying that wrong, but I have a confession to make. I found this thing. I just found it. Found it. Someone left it. I put it in lost and found for a while, but no one collected it after like so many months. Then I took it, and this is like the greatest thing ever. This ice has been here. You guys hear this, guys? Hear this ice? This ice has been in there for like 24 hours. So shout out to Contigo. I heard it's a lot cheaper, and I'm getting way off task. I think you're great. Let's get started. Volume is a number of cubes in something. And guys, do you remember like area is length times width times height? I'm going to write this out, and then we can write this down. We're going to put volume equals length times width times height. And then we're going to cross that out, and we're going to burn it. We're going to burn it because we're never going to use that again, ever again, ever, ever. We're never going to use length times width times height, and you're always going to use this formula for any prisms, because length times width times height only works for a rectangular prism. Guess what it doesn't work for? It doesn't work for a cylinder. It doesn't work for a triangular prism. It doesn't work for a hexagonal prism. You need to know this formula, the area of the base times height. Area of the base times height. And once you know it's the area of the base, not base times height. Nope, not area, not base times height, but it's area of the base times height. You gotta know this. So before we start, I want to show you guys some pictures. Here's some pictures of volume. It is how many cubic something is in something. So cubes, how many cubes fit inside something? Here's a triangular prism, triangle being the base, triangular prism. And here's a rectangular prism. How many cubes are there? And here is another triangular prism we're going to do today. It's how many cubes. This is not really cubes, but it's how much is inside it. And then here is a cylinder, like a can of pop. Like how much pop is in something would be how many cubic inches or something would be in, like, and it looks like this. And you guys can see you can't really fit cubes inside a cylinder, but it's how much is inside something. How much is inside something. And Mr. Sharper, this is like his 8th video, and I'm tired of being boring, so I may be singing to you. And if you don't like it, you can just skip it. You can just skip right through my singing as I teach you guys about volume. And you can tell your parents Mr. Sharper's gone insane, but I haven't. I'm just excited. I'm happy. And I'm going to share that happiness with you. I'm going to share that happiness with you. So here we go, people. We're going to find the volume of this. Now, you guys have learned length times width times height. And guess what? This works for this one. Length times width times height works. But I want you guys to reformulate your brain to this. That volume equals big B, area of the base, not the base, the area of the base times the height. And every single time, if you have this in front, if you draw a picture, we're going to shade in the base every time. This is my secret, people. This is my secret, sharing you guys all the secrets. Only you guys get this, and anyone else who clicks on this YouTube clip. It's the area of the base times the height. This is only for prisms, but it works for this. So it's the area of the base times the height. I'm going to put a 6 here, and we're going to solve this. Get this out of here. Get this out of here. I get these all the time. Get it out of there. Have I told you guys about this pen? I talk about this pen every time, and guess what? I'm not going to stop. And I'm going to change the color every time for the area of the base. Area of the base times the height, and the area of this base is 8 times 6. Because the area of the base is the area of a rectangle, and the area of a rectangle is 8 times 6 times the height. The height from top to bottom of this super awesome cereal box, we're going to call it a cereal box, is 12. And then now let's solve this. Look how much easier this is. It's so much easier than volume. That's 48 times 12. And we can use our trusted calculator. I got mine right here. Now, if you want to be super extra, I'm using some kid terms here. Use the term extra. You can do it yourself, but you have a calculator. That's perfectly fine. Yeah, right, Mr. Schreiber. I'm not doing that. I'm just going to use my calculator. And here's the other big thing, guys. Everyone ready? We're going to put inches cubed because it's talking about 3 dimensions. The 3 stands for dimensions. There's 3 dimensions: length, width, and height. Or you can call it length, width, and depth. That's fine too. Or length, height, and depth. Okay, super easy. Well, what am I doing, Mr. Schreiber? Circle that answer. Circle. Bad teacher. Circle that answer. Let's go to the next one. Now we have a circle. And if you guys remember, we always start with this. Volume equals area of the base times height. Volume equals, what's the area of the base? What's the shape of the base? Let's see how well I can trace this, all right? Putting my skills to the test. This is, okay, come on, Mr. Schreiber, you can do it. The shape of the base, is a circle. So guess what? We're going to find the area of what shape you think? We're going to find the area of a circle. Yeah, that's going to be pi r squared. The area of a circle, this is one thing you got to memorize, guys. You got to know it. Area of a circle is pi r squared. So we're going to change that to 3.14 times the radius, which is 10, even though I hit it. It's kind of like covered up, times the height. The height is 9. The height from top to bottom is 9. And again, it's the height from this base to this base. Volume equals, and we can solve that. Well, the big thing I want you to do is make sure you square that first, guys. Don't take that 3.14 times 10. 10 squared is 100 times 3.14. You should get, and what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to do this with me. Take your calculator out. If you want to solve these with me, that'd be wonderful. That tells me you really understand. You can solve these with me. Times 9, and we're going to multiply that by 9. Comes out to a nice number. Nice number. 2826, and that's going to be miles cubed. If this was real life, if this was like miles, like this thing would be the biggest structure in the world. It's a true story. If this would be massive. This would be like the biggest thing ever if it was miles cubed. So that's how we solve that one. Let's go to the next one. Number 3 is a triangular prism. And again, all we do is we start with this. We say volume equals, let's change up the color. Let's use green now. Area of the base times the height. And can you guys, again, what I like to do is I like to color in the base. This is not length times width times height. This is not length times width times height. Don't take 8 times 11 times 6. Don't do that. Don't do that. The area of the base is a triangle. So guess what, guys? We're going to find the area of a triangle, which is 8 by, I'm going to put a 6 right there because that's the height of the triangle. So it's the area of the base times the height. The height from this base to the other base, take a look here. The height from each of these is 11. Do you see the number we're not going to use? Can you see the number we're not going to use? We're not going to use We're not going to use 10. Get this out of here. You snake it. You put it on there trying to confuse us. We're not going to get confused. We don't need that 10. Get out of here, 10. We can do this in our heads. Half of 8 is 4. 4 times 6 is 24. That is the area of the base times the height, which is 11. That's my ugly looking 11. And now we can solve that. 24 times 11 is 264. Oops. There's this little button on my, I gotta go back up. 264, and that's gonna be inches cubed. Circle. And that one's done. That's done. Okay, that gives us our area for that one. Let's take on, I think this is maybe our last one. And again, we're always going to put volume equals, let's change it to blue this time, area of the base times the height. Volume equals the area of this base. You guys see it's a weird looking shape, but the base is right here. There's the base. There's my terrible looking picture. There's the base. Let's shade that in. There's the base. And the area of the base is 1/2. The height is 8.2, and the base of this triangle, do you guys see it's 11? 11, look right here, look at my cursor, 11 by 8.2. So it's 11 times 8.2. And then the height of this is from this triangle to this triangle. Height of this, it's not real big, but the height, can you guys see the height? Is 6. So volume equals 1/2 of 11 is 5.5. So we can take 11 times 8.2 times 1/2 is going to be 45.1. Gosh darn it. Did it again. Oh, Mr. Schreiber, you're messing up. That happens. You know, it's life. Things happen in life. And again, as you're watching this video from the comfort of your home, is 45.1 times the 6. Let's get rid of this junk right here. And volume equals, let's just multiply 45.1 times the 6. And that gives us our answer. So much easier than surface area, 270.6 inches cubed. Okay, I'm just going to double check my work. 8.2 times 11 times 0.5 times the 6, and that's going to give you 270.6 inches cubed. Actually, you know what, guys? We do have one more. We do have one more after this one. Circle that one. That one's done. Guys, we have one more. And we have a cylinder. So we're going to do the same thing we did before. Volume equals, let's do green this time, area of the base times the height. Remember, volume is, in this case, the shape of the base is a circle. So we have to do pi r squared times the height. The height here is 3. So this one's tricky. You're going to see this one in your checkout problems. And do not put 2. Why are we not going to put 2? Because 2, if you guys can see, I'm going to erase this for a second so you guys can see it. 2 is not the radius. Can you tell me what the radius is before I say it? The radius is half of the diameter, so the radius is 1 squared times 3. So 1 squared, 1 times 1 is 1, times 3.14 is just 3.14 times the height, which is 3. And then, guys, we just multiply 3.14 times 3. We could probably do that in our heads. We could maybe do that in our heads. Maybe we can do that in our heads. And the answer is going to be 9.42 inches cubed. And guys, you are all done. You are all done. You're going to see an example of each of those problems on your checkout problem. So once you see this video and once you're good, and you can put a little smiley face, you are all set to go. And once you do that and do a little bit of Alex, you're going to be all done for the week. And so I hope you're having a great week. Hope you're doing awesome. And again, hopefully I will see you soon. You guys have a good one.